In acknowledgement of Black History Month, the Whiteside Theater in downtown Corvallis will be showcasing various well-known films featuring predominantly black actors, and we invite you to come enjoy them with us. One of our feature films coming up will be the 1996 movie, you may remember it, Michael Jordan, world-renowned basketball player, and Bugs Bunny working together in Space Jam. I watched it again recently just to get a good idea of how to enjoy it again, and here's some of my thoughts about it. For those of you out there who are a little bit younger and wondering how the heck did Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny get together and work together on various things, it wasn't just for the Space Jam movie. Anybody who watched TV in the 90s would see commercials, sponsored by Nike of course, and other various big corporations like that. Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny were a duo, a recognizable duo, and using that advertising scheme, they thought, let's make Space Jam. Now, how do Looney Tune, Bugs Bunny, and Michael Jordan basketball star come together for a full-length feature film? It's interesting. Some aliens come down to Earth or go to Looney Tune land and they say, we need the Looney Tunes for something in space. And somehow they figure out that the Looney Tunes way out of the situation is to win a basketball game. And who better to help with basketball than Bugs Bunny's friend from advertising, Michael Jordan. Interestingly, Bugs Bunny is actually a credited character or actor in the movie. It doesn't just say voiced by, it actually says Bugs Bunny's in the movie. Same thing with the actual poster for the movie. It says starring Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny. That's how recognizable of a duo they were in the early 90s, and that shows how they were advertising it. There was person and person. It was a real thing at that point. Watching the movie again recently was pretty fun and interesting. I like how early on in the movie there's a scene where they have a bunch of screens and there's lots of old Looney Tunes playing, actual legitimate clips from older Looney Tunes, and it's kind of fun to see that. It's interesting having them acknowledge where we came from and where we are now with this feature-length film here, and things do look different. Usually with movies they have a much bigger budget than they do for TV shows, and that still is the case today in 2020, and so you can see a difference in how the Looney Tunes look and how they interact with reality. It is interesting having movies like Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Space Jam, where you have real actors and cartoons in the same frame at the same time. It looks all right, but it's just very strange. It's such a different dichotomy. What you had before, what you have now, and then how different they are together. It's quite interesting to the eye. There are some other pretty recognizable actors in this movie too. And I was watching it recently, so I'm just watching, going along, blah, 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 and Wayne Knight shows up, and it's like, oh, Wayne Knight! Wayne Knight! We got Wayne Knight here! Everybody cares. My favorite part of the whole movie is near the end, Bill Murray's there, and the evil guy who's in charge of the aliens says, wait, nobody told me that Dan Aykroyd would be in this picture. That was the funniest thing to me in the whole movie. They certainly don't forget that this is a Looney Tunes production, and they don't forget about all the original Looney Tunes that brought us to here, and they acknowledge that in a few places. One of my favorites is when the Looney Tunes are practicing basketball at a gym. They show the outside of it, and they show the name. It's called Schlesinger Gym, and Leon Schlesinger was one of the first producers for Looney Tunes and the Merry Melodies, so it's nice to see those types of things being put in there, names of things and original creators, producers, really appreciating where this came from and how to keep it going today. Now, this is a Looney Tunes movie, so it has lots of loony things happening, lots of slapstick humor and antics that involve Looney Tunes, and that's a good reason to bring kids to the movie. We would love for you to come join us on Wednesday, the 19th of February for some Space Jam at the Whiteside Theater. If you were there in the 90s and you saw it originally, it might be worth another try again. It's kind of fun, it has some interesting jokes and references, and of course all those famous actors that are in there. You may get some things out of it now that you didn't get when you were a little bit younger. Now, if you have kids who haven't seen the movie, or you just weren't old enough to see it back originally, that's definitely a reason to come see it. It's such a unique movie, and we don't really see many things like that get made anymore. It's also a great way to introduce younger people to the Looney Tunes if they don't know them already. That way, if you see them there, you can go investigate some of the original stuff. Lots of great opportunity here for anybody, whether you're younger, older, have seen it, haven't seen it. Everyone has good reason to give this movie a shot.